Hello all my fellow 21 Pilots fans out there. In this video I'm going to show you exactly how to play Paladin Strait on ukulele. Now before we get started, I just wanted to mention that I'm running a contest right now to win a $50 Amazon gift card. And all you have to do is pre-save my new song, which is linked in the description below. But considering the fact that I have a small YouTube channel and there aren't going to be a ton of people entering in this, your chances are pretty decent. And also in the description is a lead sheet for those to follow along. But without further ado, feel free to grab your ukulele, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Alright, so I wanted to give you a huge disclaimer before we get started because I'm pretty sure that Tyler uses a baritone ukulele for this song, but given the fact that most people use a soprano like this, I'm going to be doing this tutorial on a soprano. So with that being said, it does sound a little different than what you hear on the actual song, but I made some adjustments for what I think sounds best. Alright, and now into the actual tutorial. So I'm going to start off by showing you the fingerings for all the chords used in the song, then go into the finger picking pattern for those interested in a little bit of a challenge, then teach you the strumming patterns, the chord progressions, and then end with a full run through. And I know that's a lot, so if you're looking for a specific part that you need extra help with, I included quick links in the description below. So let's start off with all the fingerings for all the chords. So these are all the chords that we're going to be using in the song, so if you feel pretty confident that you know them, feel free to skip ahead. So let's start off with that first one, B flat. Now there are a few different ways to play B flat major, but we're going to play it like this because this is the easiest way to finger pick and play B flat at the same time. But by all means, if you know how to play that with the bar chord and you want to play it like that with this song, feel free to do that. So we're going to start off by placing our second finger on the first fret of the first string, our first finger on the first fret of the second string, our third finger on the second fret of the third string, and our fourth finger on the third fret of the fourth string. And it sounds like this. And then we have G minor, in which we place our first finger on the first fret of the first string, our third finger on the third fret of the second string, and our second finger on the second fret of the third string. And it sounds like this. And then we have G major, in which we place our second finger on the second fret of the first string, our third finger on the third fret of the second string, and our first finger on the second fret of the third string. And it sounds like this. And then there's D minor, in which we place our first finger on the first fret of the second string, our third finger on the second fret of the third string, and our second finger on the second fret of the fourth string. And it sounds like this. And then for D major, we place our third finger on the second fret of the second string, our second finger on the second fret of the third string, and our first finger on the second fret of the fourth string. And it sounds like this. And then for F major, we place our first finger on the first fret of the second string and our second finger on the second fret of the fourth string. And it sounds like this. And then C major, which is pretty simple, we place our third finger on the third fret of the first string. And it sounds like this. And then for A minor, all we do is place our second finger on the second fret of the fourth string. And it sounds like this. And finally, A major, which is similar to A minor, we place our second finger on the second fret of the fourth string, but then also our first finger on the first fret of the third string. And it sounds like this. Alright, so now time for the finger picking pattern, the plucking for this song. Now this part is a little tricky, so if you are new to ukulele, I definitely recommend just skipping ahead and learning the strumming so that you can play along the full song with the strumming and then eventually get to a point where you can learn the finger picking pattern. Alright, so I'm going to start off by showing you how to play this on an open ukulele, so not worrying about your left hand. What we're going to do is place our thumb on the third string, our index finger on the second string, and then our middle finger on the first string. And what you're going to imagine is that you're going to be going down with your thumb, up with your index finger and middle finger, so that pressure that you feel on the ukulele is kind of like you're grabbing it or you're pinching it with those three fingers. And for this pattern, we're just going to start by practicing by going down with our thumb and then up with our index finger and middle finger at the same time. So it sounds like this. And the pattern that he uses in this song is down, up, up. So it sounds like down, up, up, down, up, up. So practice that a few times, and once you get used to that feeling, then we can go to the fourth string. So what happens is we go down with the third string first, and then down with the fourth string next. So it's 3rd string, 4th string. And once you practice that a lot and get really familiar with that, that's when we can add our first chord, which is B flat major. So it sounds like this. And just another quick tip is that while you're playing this finger picking pattern, that you can rest your pinky on the ukulele like this, so it's easier to hold and to hold these fingers in this position. Now, the last thing that I will say is that it is a little bit fast when it gets to the song, so definitely if you're going to be playing this in the song, practice that a bunch before you get used to performing this or getting used to playing it through the run through. All right, and now time for the strumming pattern. So we're gonna start off with a down, up, up motion, which for those of you who skipped ahead is going to emulate what we did in the finger picking pattern. So that down, up, up sounds like this. And then the only other strumming pattern that you really need to know in this is the ending, which goes like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So again, that's down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, like this. And then I guess the only other thing to mention is that when we get to the bridge, there's just downstrokes, so it's just very simple. But if you'd like to embellish that a little bit, feel free to do that. All right, and now time for the chord progression. So starting off with the verse, we have B flat, G minor, D minor, F, and C. And that repeats, and then we just end with a D minor chord. So here's how that sounds if we're doing that strumming pattern. And if you're doing the finger picking pattern, it sounds like this. And then we have the chorus, which goes B flat, D minor, F, and then C. So with that strumming pattern, it sounds like this. And then with the finger picking pattern, it sounds like this. And then this next section is the small instrumental break that happens right before the bridge, and it goes B flat, A major, D major, D minor, and then C. And we're all just going to be playing that strumming pattern at this point, so it sounds like this. And then we have the progression for the bridge, which is actually the progression that we're going to be using for the rest of the normal part of the song. And so this goes B flat, F, A minor, and G minor. So the strumming pattern for this is just straight downstrokes, but like I said before, if you'd like to embellish that a little bit and add your own flair to it, feel free to do that. But this is what it sounds like. And you can add something like this. And then the last thing that we have is the outro, the little extended section, which is very similar to the chord progression that we just learned. The only difference is instead of playing a G minor, we play a G major chord. So here's what that sounds like when we add the strumming pattern. And with all those chord progressions, you now know how to play the entire song. So we're going to do a full run through. But before we play that full run through, I just wanted to say that I feel like Paladin Strait is a super complex song to learn, but it's also like the song to learn on ukulele from this album. And it's personally probably my favorite to play. And it's just super satisfying when you're able to play the full song in a full run through. So if you're struggling with a specific section, definitely practice that and get that right before going on to this full run through here. And that, my friends, is how to play Paladin Strait by 21 Pilots on ukulele. Now, if you found this video helpful at all, I would encourage you to subscribe to this channel. I have so many ideas with this new album, and I'm just so excited to show you. And again, if you're interested in entering in that contest to win that $50 Amazon gift card, the link is in the description. But thank you so much for watching, and let me know what other ukulele tutorials you want me to do. I'm definitely interested in doing Jenna's version of the Craving, so if you're interested in that, definitely let me know as well. But thanks again, and I'll see you again in the next video.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.